Hi everyone, my name is Allison Tolman, and this is my social media project for our teen spaces. My focus was the Valdosta Regional Library of the South Georgia Regional Library System. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of background information about the Valdosta Lowndes Public Library. The library is one of 6 of the South Georgia Regional Library System. This branch in particular is, I think, the largest, if not one of the bigger libraries within the system. A little bit of background information about Valdosta. Valdosta is located in South Georgia. Within the city limits of Valdosta, there are 3 higher ed institutions, Valdosta State University being one of them. Additionally, there is an Air Force base within Lowndes County. This Air Force base is Moody. So because of these higher ed institutions and the Air Force base, there is a pretty large population within Lowndes County. However, a big part of this population falls below the poverty line, and as a result, the public library gets a good bit of usage, especially for the free Wi-Fi and then the different resources they provide. So what we're looking at right now would be where the main teen space is located. Now this branch, the Valdosta Lowndes branch, is actually undergoing a move. The library is moving to their new location around May, I believe. May is their official move date. So because of this, they've been weeding really heavily. They've been moving the large furniture like the bookcases. So for instance, these carts that are in the middle here would not be there. The tables would be replaced with larger bookcases where atop you would see some book displays. Now, however, out of the frame towards the corner near the windows, there's actually a camera mounted, which I found kind of strange. This camera, I spoke to some librarians about it, and they've noticed a heavy theft in the nonfiction graphic novels area. That would be on the left side. The actual bookcases would be that graphic novel section. So because of this, they installed a camera to deter theft. Which to me is just not very welcoming, and it kind of seems like off-putting to me. So this is just another shot of the teen space. This would be opposite of that main bookcase on the opposite side of those tables. So these are just some more movable bookcases where they have more of the sections. So as you can see, there's a fair amount of books, the young adult teen section books available for checkout. It's just that they're on the green movable carts and they just kind of look funny, especially with the table and then the carts in the walkway. So over here what we have is what looks to be a movable cabinet for like I guess a desktop or something like that, but it's the young adult large print section. While this is a smaller section, I was actually surprised to see they had a large print section. I found that to be kind of useful, especially for either adult readers who need large print who want to read YA books, or just for young adults who may need the large print books. So on this wall is the computers in the teen section. There are 6 computers in total. I was a little put off by this as well. I'm hoping in their new library they utilize the space a little bit better. For the computers in particular, I was kind of surprised that there wasn't more of a desk area for somebody to do their homework. The keyboard seems to take up a lot of that area. The other thing is the partitions seem to really make it difficult for communication and discourage it. So for instance, if you had like a group of teens who were working on a group project, for them to work on their project together, they would, one, take all of the computers up, or they just wouldn't be able to really use the space to the best of their ability. So these carts are adjacent to the other green moving bookcases. These carts are actually the audiobooks. They're a blend of all the different audiobooks. There are some teen audiobooks there, but from the looks of it, the majority are going to be the adult books. Once again, to be fair, they are moving, so I understand that like they can't really leave the giant bookcases, but it just looks very unorganized and kind of hard to find what you're looking for with this setup. So this was something I actually found really interesting about the teen space. Within it, off to the side, there is a round table with a chessboard, and it is a chessboard that's lettered and numbered, so if you're learning how to do online chess or you want to compete in chess, it kind of gives you a little bit more of that professional feel. It's cool that they have the big pieces, and it's inviting, and it's in a really good spot for a younger player who maybe wants to learn how to play, to kind of interact with other people and engage with the community on that. So this is the children's section of the Valdosta Lowndes Library. As you can tell, there's a totally different feel and environment here. This is easily twice the size of the young adult section, and while the young adult is mostly on carts, off to the side in the nonfiction section, the children's section is also on carts. My big takeaway from it, though, it's just really cool. They have an entire Castle Narnia set up, and on the inside there's their popular series, their chapter books, and it lacklusters in the teen section compared to this, especially when it's only 20 feet off to the side. And it's, you know, a little sad for teens who are still wanting to get that magical feel from books, but theirs are all on the big, sturdy bookcases with very little displays or even colorfulness that you get from the children's section. These are the bulletin boards that are located in the hallways of the library. I wanted to get a couple pictures of these just because when I looked at them, I really didn't see any teen programming. Most of the classes are going to be either adult-oriented or they're just going to be community events that people are trying to get publicity for. This is another bulletin board located in a different hallway, and as you can see from this, all the events that they have listed are either the board meetings or it's the preschool story time. So because the library is moving and the teen space is a little lackluster, I wanted to go to different areas in Valdosta that would be considered teen spaces, but would also provide the same type of materials that a library would. So because of this, I went to one of the local bookstores. It's a Books A Million. It's just one of the nationwide book retailers. Within Books A Million, there is a coffee shop with free Wi-Fi, which is a pretty nice bonus, and I just kind of wanted to get a feel for what they do that's a little bit different than the library. So this is Joe Muggs. It's their cafe area. It's like another version of Starbucks. But as you can see, they have a good bit of tables set up. There's a bar space. The chairs look pretty comfortable. It's got really good lighting, and there's relaxing music playing, plus Wi-Fi. So this is within Books A Million on the book side. This is just a display that caught my eye, just because it features a really popular book, and they do it in a way that draws you in to look at all the different materials on the rack as well. So this is an aisle of comic books located within Books A Million. One of the things that I liked about this is that while they have the books turned out with their title facing outwards, they do have some turned so you can actually see the cover art. While I understand a big reason that libraries don't do this a lot of times is just because of space issues, it is nice being able to see the book cover without having to pull it out and worry about putting it in the right spot again. So something I found interesting about Books A Million, this is actually the only area that they had benches within the reading areas, and it was in the magazine and like the test prep area. They have a lot of magazines, as you can see, but the benches don't look very comfortable. So I was kind of curious about that, if it's just something where they really would prefer people to just stop in, grab their books, and leave, or if they wanted to provide more of a relaxed environment where people can meet up, talk about the books, or possibly just read the book a little bit to kind of figure out if they like it or not. So this was another display within Books A Million. It was their teen picks. I was surprised there weren't as many books that we were reading throughout the semester that were on this table. Now, you can see The Fault in Stars a little bit. That was one of the ones that I saw right off the bat. But other than that, I was kind of curious as to where they were getting like their recommendations, or if it was a national list that they were drawing from for this display. So one of the other places that I stopped at was Funarita. It's a locally owned game shop in Valdosta. What they sell is going to be your different board games, and then they also sell comic books. What's interesting though is they also rent board games, and they provide a space for people who are similar in interest, like your Dungeons and Dragons type games, to come meet, learn how to play, and just interact with community events. So this is one of their game rooms, and the bookcase are all their different board games that they have available for rent. As you can see, there's plenty of tables and chairs set up for teens to sit down and interact with each other and try out new games. So this side is more of their retail side. This is where they're going to sell like their different comic books and stuff like that. What I found interesting is they also had like a vending machine and snack area. I've seen a couple libraries where they have like a coffee station, and it'd be really cool to see like in the teen spaces where they're supposed to be able to relax and hang out with each other and interact, if there would be a station set up where they could get drinks outside of just a water fountain, even if it was a vending machine. Just because those are some of the important things that we kind of forget about when we're leaving for the day, is to make sure we pack our snacks and drinks. So this is just a quick picture of their different flyers they have for community events. So they have like their monthly board game where people of all different experience levels can come out and try new games.